And here we are back with the finished taped up arm. You know, it looks front and back. I can't really move, don't have a whole lot of mobility, but you know, if I add a black glove to it, you know, hey, look, all I'm missing is the red star for Winter Soldier now. No, don't, that's our pattern. I can't do a Russian accent.
And your cosplay is done.
There, you're done. Winter Soldier. Okay. Oh, now, which actually that's a good segue, because to get to our next part, first what you need is some visual reference of what you're going to be doing. Now, this is a more kind of a complicated version. We're not really going to do all the detail that's here. We're kind of going to skip the hands because, I mean, we're just teaching a 2-hour workshop for building, and just the hand takes like 3. So we're not going to do that, but we are going to do the arm. So what we're going to do is use our visual reference to draw this onto the duct tape arm that we just made. And then we're going to cut it out, and that's going to be our template for the next step. So, since I'm the one that's tied up, I can't really draw on myself, so Brad's going to do this part.
I'm going to do my best. Black Sharpie, any color Sharpie that shows up, like we could use that red.
Yeah.
And
Let
then
me adjust the camera a little bit, because this is... There we go. There!
see better.
Yeah.
Anything to make it look better, and then pretty much you just want to look at your reference shots and see exactly where you're at, because that's the bend of your elbow there. They disappear out of the shot of the camera.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure the marker is disappearing into the shot of the camera, too. Maybe I should just bring the camera closer. And just in case you're wondering, no, this is not the first time we did it. We actually did it once before this, just to make sure. We did it once before this video, just to make sure we knew what we were talking about, so that we wouldn't screw it up. What, just screw it up anyway?
The joys of movie magic. If you didn't say anything, you never would have known. We actually had professionals come in a couple days ago and actually make this. So we're going to cut in about 5 minutes. It's going to be done, and you're going to love it.
Shout out to Adam Savage.
If only.
Yeah, if only. Adam Savage, if you watch this, we love you. We'd like to do a one-day build with you.
Hey.
So here, well, look, let me show the. So here, starting to get some of the detail work in on the around the elbow, starting to get some of the gear work in from our reference imagery. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Figured out something we missed in the first version we did.
Oh. Well, we did have 2 templates that we were working off of, 2 reference photos in the first one.
This is true.
Yeah. We had the more complicated and the less complicated.
When you're doing your project, if you're going off of, like, this is a great way if you're just going to make your own design and make something completely original. You can just freehand whatever you want. But if you're going off of something, anime, comic book, any movie references and stuff like that, make sure you get references of the same thing, because a lot of art styles and stuff like that, even though it's the same character, could be different, and the way the armor pieces are drawn or laid out can be different from artwork to artwork.
Right. Iron Man's a great example of that.
Correct. You need to make sure if you were doing Iron Man, you want to make sure you get all Mark V photos. If you're doing Mark V, you don't want to accidentally throw a Mark IV armor.
Because then your references won't match up, and you'll get really confused later on.
Yeah, trust us. We know. Gear 'em up. Put your hand back down. And
Here, why don't I turn sideways so that people can see you
then,
drawing?
oh yeah. As I
Or the other way. Let's turn the other way. Here. Like this.
completely
There.
block the camera. Lift your arm up. Again. Okay, you put your arm down. Also with stuff like this as well, with the automail and stuff like this, you're wanting, when you're doing this close to this templating style, you want to do the stuff that's directly attached to the arm. So anything like a shoulder pad or something that's over top of this, you want to wait and you sculpt that around this template. You want to make sure you do them separately and not one together. You can draw them all together at once, but
Yeah, but you might end up having to wrap and duct tape and do additional drawings so you can get all of the pieces.
correct.
With overlapping pieces.
Yeah, with overlapping pieces, you want to do this multiple steps instead of just one go. Because if you do it, put your arm up. If you do it all at once, you might lose something in the fray, so to speak, and then you lose it. So start with as small pieces as you can, or the less pieces, the better. Don't try to get overcomplicated with everything you're drawing on there. Start small and then work your way out. All right, you can put your arm down. And then that's pretty much it as the base, what we want to do. Everything else is more loose gears and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is the fun part, cut him out. Now,
Where are you going to start?
that's the thing. Best to start, because the underside, if we can,
You're going to start at the wrist?
and we want to start, and we want to make sure you don't cut small cuts.
Yes, I prefer not being stabbed, thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to stab your model.
I appreciate your care for my well-being. I mean, I know that you don't actually care for my well-being, but
We
for
care
the
about
purposes of the video, you're feigning care.
we care about his well-being because that prevents us from lawsuits.
And from having to organize conventions yourself.
Correct. Correct.
Speaking of which, I haven't heard anything from NecoCon lately. At all.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have to reach out to them this week.
As we're speaking about conventions, stuff like that. Otakon, of course, this is what this workshop is for.
Oh, yes, yes.
End of August, though, after Otakon. Oops, hang on.
Yeah.
Also, if your model's wearing clothing, make sure you don't cut his clothing either.
Oh, it's okay. This one's okay. Yeah, I'm only shilling for Otakon Vegas now, which is no more, sadly. This is one of my Otakon Vegas shirts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He has Ace.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're cutting it out, you want to make sure you're careful not to cut through any of the pieces that you just drew that need to be connected later.
Well,
Unless you have to.
I was going to say, there's certain pieces, like this piece right here, you are going to have to cut in half.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But you just plan for it, and we will...
Yeah, and we'll cover that later.
I made a mistake, but it's going to work out at the end. I forgot to draw my division line where I was cutting first and make registration marks so you know everything lines up.
Oh, yeah.
But I can show you how to fix that. So, alright, so you can go ahead and cut you completely out of this.
All right.
Then everything should be fine to slide right out. Unless I didn't get all the way through the saran wrap.
Yeah,
which
some of the saran
like-
wrap is still attached, so. There you go.
There we go.
All right. So, but the important part here is that we can show that we still have the lines and the template.
The
pieces.
template and everything for the arm. Now what you want to do is cut out every single piece individually.
Yeah. And we don't have to do that on video. We'll come back